Hey, everybody, it's the coach, and this is Madden 20 on...
From the home of the Bills since 1973, there's a look at the newly named New Era Field just outside of Buffalo, New York. Today, we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Buffalo Bills. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. Now they'll be led out by their quarterback, the Stanford man. It's Andrew Luck.
I love everything about Andrew Luck's game, but I also love his worldliness. Some of his formative years were spent growing up outside of the United States. I think that's helped him when he came back because now he's seen the world. I think that helped him mature a little bit as well.
The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Here's Luck. That one complete to the former Seminole, Auden Tate. That one covers 29 yards, first down. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory, right at the 40. Now Joe Mixon. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. A tackle for loss there. 2 last week. He's tough to handle coming off the edge.
And when you talk about a defensive end, your first thought is how does he rush the passer? That's where he makes his big plays getting into the backfield. But the best ones can play the run as well. And that's what we're seeing from him, that excellent combination of holding the point of attack and also getting upfield to make plays in the backfield.
The second down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
Break, go, go.
Play action. It's Luck. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 27. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 11 yards and a Buffalo first down.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid game.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big run there, 29 yards and a first. Boy, the offensive line there, that was a thing of beauty to watch them block.
I love how you give a little appreciation for those big guys up front, and well-deserved. But how about the execution behind them? You can see the hours of practice that have gone into it. Great pocket by the running back. Quarterback puts it right in the perfect spot. Great mesh point by them. The timing on point. The run even better.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. On the run, it's Robert Turbin. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for first.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. And he'll have his man. That's Edelman. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a first down. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice
and he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Trenton Cannon, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Solid job up front, really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
Yeah, that was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Now Matt Prater for the point after. And it's 7-0 Buffalo. A drive that time of 6 plays. And a nice play on the end of it. An 18-yard touchdown run. Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
He completes it to Tate. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Second and 6, just inside the 30. Luck now to throw. And his throw here is incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, what, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
Throwing on third down, Luck. And this is going to be incomplete.
They went with the dive look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on fourth down. Back deep, Julian Edelman. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. This is brought in at the 21. It'll be a 48-yard punt, 5 there on the return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Bills offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive, got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this ball game, because sometimes you start a game with your script to try and get information out of the opposing defense. How will they play you in certain situations? Sometimes you script to attack, and that's what I'm seeing so far.
Run coverage, excellent there from the defensive end position.
How many times do we sit with coaches and they talk about a base defensive end, a guy who can anchor and play with leverage? We just saw a great example of it. And how about the bonus, tackling the runner for a loss?
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 15 yards that time, and a Buffalo first. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Wilson sliding out of the pocket. Got his man, that's the Pro Bowler Julio Jones. It's a pickup of 17 on that one, and a Bills 1st down.
You had to figure they'd try and get the ball to Julio early, and they did it right there. And it doesn't take a degree from MIT to know that, so you had to figure, what's up with the defense? You should know that that's coming right away.
Here's Wilson. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. There defensively to break that one up, Ken Crawley.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
2nd and 10. It's Wilson again. That's into the hands of the tight end, Boyle. And he'll lose lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason, it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused them.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. That's sacked by the DN, Danico Autry. Well, they went with the nickel. They throw in an extra defensive back. Coverage was very good.
Yeah, it was exactly as you would expect. A passing down, you bring in the nickel package. Just as you described, the coverage was excellent and allowed one of their linemen to end up getting to the quarterback.
Out of bounds as he appeared to be looking for the corner. He got it. They're going to mark this at the 4-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a one-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And he's up past the 10 to about the 12. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. And he will finally be taken down, but not before he reaches the 38. A big play there for Philly. 49 yards on the ground. Yardage-wise, he's in the top handful of backs in the league so far this season. A great run there.
He's going to love that standing when it comes to contract time. But even more so, his team loves it because he gives them an identity and sets a tone.
Different story this time around. We had that huge gain followed by a sizable loss here. That was shades of Tennessee Volunteer football back in the 80s with Charles Davis coming up from the secondary to make the tackle for a loss.
You mean my teammates doing that, right? Because they would tell you, my coach would say, where's that tape? I want to see that. But how about the complete package there? Not just playing the pass, but being a willing tackler and making a really nice play.
3 yards is the pickup, but it leaves them still needing 11 here on 3rd down. The Eagles on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
And he's got a 1st down as the tackle made at the Bills' 28. And boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
On 1st down, it's Long. He's got his man. This is Tate. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. The This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. To the air again. Luck. He's got a man open. It's Hunter Renfrow. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. They've been practicing goal line offense all week. Let's see if they're able to capitalize here. On 1st and 10, Luck. He's going to find and complete it to Renfrow. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 3 yards is the gain that time. 2nd and goal. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Now it's Luck. He's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Back to throw. Luck. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It's a gain of a couple on what should be the final carry of half number 1. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Hi again, everybody. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the league here in the unofficial midway point, Week 8 of the NFL.
Well, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. This will be fielded at the 6. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Out come the Bills now as they'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show him one thing, hit him with something else.
The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. Give him 18 on that one as the Bills are going to have a first down.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. They'll run on first down with Cannon. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
20! And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A gain there of 30 big ones.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
All I know, partner, is that with every play call that came in, there was a little discussion about, hey, we can seal this bad boy. We can really put ourselves in a great spot to take total control. and yet they find a way to cough it up.
Yeah, the two-score game opportunity eludes them, and now a chance for the other side to come back here.
Yeah, that means defense has to go out there and make some plays themselves. So we call sudden change. Let's see if the defense is mentally ready to take care of it.
And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play, because that's been an issue for them in this game. Now Locke. And Tate's got it. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A good pickup there, a 22. They've been struggling in the passing game. Do you like the aggressiveness there? I mean, it worked on that play, but do you like it?
I do, because a lot of the time you're struggling because your passing lanes are clogged. That usually happens when you're throwing the ball underneath. People start to press up on you. Push them deep. Find some space and open things up again. Being aggressive there, I think, will pay off for them. An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Call it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13. 3rd and long, it's Locke. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Ryan Kerrigan in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there, and that's exactly what happened on that play.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Here's Russell Wilson and the Seahawk offense now getting set to go again. The lead is theirs here in the 3rd quarter, but it's really been the ground game that's been the recipe for success.
You mean the spotlight isn't shining as brightly on the guy throwing it?
No, it's the man behind him that's had a heck of a game.
And that's really okay. That's actually what you're looking for. I mean, your pride tells you, hey, I want to be responsible. I want to throw a bunch of touchdown passes. But when you're able to run the football, typically speaking, your team's doing pretty well. And in this case, they're winning.
We'll see if they have balance on this drive. Now a pass here caught by Edelman. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. And finding Edelman underneath, that's a recipe for success.
Typical route for a good slot receiver, and Edelman's one of the best in the game. Knows how to go inside what one of my college coaches used to call the briar patch. Got to go in there where it's tough and make those tough catches. And not only can he do it, he can often run away from people after the catch.
Back now in Buffalo as we are set to bring you the home stretch here, the 4th quarter. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. On the return, Jackson. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field. And we've seen drive after drive come up empty for them, and they've yet to dent the scoreboard, yet still right in the middle of a 1-score game.
So this is where you absolutely have to forget everything that's happened in your previous drives. They don't matter right now. You just mentioned it. 1-score game. This drive here can erase all of what happened previously.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field.
Now Locke. That's caught by Howard. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 17 yards and a 1st down for Philly. Even though this offense doesn't have a single point to its name, they're not totally out of this game yet. A touchdown here, they could be in business.
And how about that last play? Now they've got momentum going, so you know I'm a big advocate. Get back on the line of scrimmage, throw another play at them while you've got them locked on their heels.
No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Now a play fake, and it's locked. That's complete to Demetrius Harris, the tight end. 17 yards and a first down for Philly.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. Luck on first down. The open man here, Renfro. And down inside the 15 he goes. 19 yards there on the catch and run. So 5 plays on this drive, Charles. All passes, all completions. And just like that, they're in the red zone.
And don't you think the playbook opens up a little bit more now? Because all they've done is throw the football. If you want to run it now, you may very well have them fooled.
Now a first down throw, Luck. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Again, Luck. He finds his running back, Mixon. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Throwing again is Luck. He'll get that complete to the tight end, Harris. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. A 5-yard pass on the heels of a 5-yard run. Good enough for the first. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. From 3 yards out, as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter. Out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. That time a 9-play drive. And it was capped off by an Eagles touchdown. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. The Bills getting set to go. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards that time, and a Bills first down. He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. And sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there and he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. 2 of the top running backs in NFL history, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, both 5'10".
So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll run here with Turbin. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
And again, it's Turbin. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They'll run it now with Turbin. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. On second down now. It's Cohen, and that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point, you have to have a splash play in there as well.
380!
They run with Turbin, and they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. The Eagles will take their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to take the lead here in the oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football. They've gone final now from Los Angeles.
That was a nicely executed block there, but sometimes it's not just the kicker who feels the pressure in this situation.
Well, I think a lot of people could feel pressure on the offensive side. The defense a little more loose with it.
Yeah, listen, they're just going all out trying to get to the football. And to your point, the offensive guys, okay, who do I have? Who am I blocking? If that changes in the defensive front, does that change what we do in our blocking assignment? And sometimes that confusion or that tightness can lead to a bad play.
And it keeps the game tied here late in the fourth. To throw again on second down. Luck. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. He was looking for Terrence Williams that time. But now it'll be third down. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Now Luck. Open man is Howard, the tight end. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
This one taken from the 7. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. A big pickup of 38.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? Second and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So for the Bills, they remain one of the hottest teams out there as the win moves them to 6-1. And they'll get to stay home again next week.